This is pretty much like in terms of quality as I watch this. Man, I hope I'm not peeking out my mic too much. In terms of quality as I watch this, this to me looks pretty much just exactly like one step above college soccer, basically. College soccer, I guess there's more room for mistakes on the ball, and this is like there's a little bit less mistakes happening. That was a mistake right there. That was garbage. Look, he shanked the cross.
There's an expectation of a whistle, and the one they're going to get is the halftime whistle. No foul called there. 1-0 your scoreline going into the break. Fort Wayne with the lead. By a little bit, so he'll be looking for.
I said this in a previous video, but I guess it's even more. The trend today is even more with no shin guards, but playing a dangerous game with that. Personally, I always felt that the shin guards didn't really get in the way at all. I don't think. I mean, it feels better without them, but if anything, ankle guards would really get in the way because ankle guards, like the ball's hitting off the ankle guards, like making your touch worse. But shin guards, I feel like they don't really get in the way too much.
Ripping it back into the penalty area. Healy settles it down. His cross goes in.
Oh, what a save. All right, look at this. Oh, had that outlet pass. This guy's got tons of time and space. Plenty of time. Guzan has number 10. This team looks pretty good, I guess. Uh-oh. That was good. That was good. Oh. I like what Bobby Pierre did right there because let's watch that again. Where is it? Right over here. Just passing the ball around a little bit. Under a little bit of pressure. Now, pass goes behind him. I don't know if he missed a touch or what, but then he looks up and he sees this guy's got man on. He's got pressure right here. So he goes, you know what? There's pressure. I'm at midfield. What I'm going to do is just take this and just play it high and wide. Just dump it high and wide. That's all you got to do. Now, and it actually worked out well. The flip side of this is if he dumped it up to another opposing player who happened to just like chest trap it and then start a counterattack, then that's a problem. But high and wide makes it harder for them to do that because it may just go out of bounds. But stays in. I'm kind of curious what the average age of what the average age of the players on this team are.
He makes the run, he gets the delicate touch, keeps it 1-0. Westchester trying to find a breakthrough on the set piece. Sprode, the first one on it.
Another corner. And so they lose.
Fort Wayne with back-to-back wins at home.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the quality of USL One is pretty good. If we look at their roster, let's look up McGlynn. We already went overs from Siena. Lucas Marinelli. Where's this guy from? Yeah, MAC. Mid-Atlantic Athletic Conference. Golden Glove winner. So he's the best goalkeeper in the MAC. Sacred Heart is where he played. And then he played in the academy. So I don't think it's out of line. Let's ask ChatGPT. Put the mic on. Was I good enough coming out of my college career to play in the MAC, Mid-Atlantic Athletic Conference as a soccer player? How would I have done? How would I have performed? Was I good enough based on the stats you can find online for my college career that went from 2006 to 2007? All right, so that just transcribed it. Then we send it. Yes, but with an important distinction. You were good enough to be on a MAC roster. Chance of becoming a rotation player. Would not project you as an immediate starter based on the evidence. Now it's going over my stats. 6'2", 160. On September 9th, I entered in the 77th minute and took a shot almost immediately. 14 minutes. Talk about that moment in this book right here. Again, you can go to my website for a book giveaway and send you a free copy. Freshman midfielder getting varsity minutes on a deep college team, had a lot of upperclassmen in midfield. Butler, Bellick, Hugo Fernandez Davila, who was a transfer from Siena. Dane Mellon, Luke Labella, Jonas Silk, Trip Pytrak. Limited minutes shouldn't automatically be interpreted as this player wasn't good enough. How big was the jump? It's a jump, but not an absurd one. Exactly. 2006 MAC was quite stratified. Fairfield went 15-6. Siena went 3-13. Explains why they were not that good. Marist 6-9-1. Ryder, Canisius. I don't buy the proposition that a player capable of making the Union team would automatically been out of his depth everywhere in the MAC. Of course not. At the same time, the top end was a legitimately strong D1. Fairfield won the conference, and all MAC teams included established impact players from Fairfield, Loyola, Niagara, Marist, and others. Yeah. So it's saying that I could play in the MAC, but it's not like I'm going to be balling out in the MAC. Make the roster, yes. Survive technically, yes. Become a useful rotation player, likely, realistic. Regular starter, plausible with the development. Regular starter for Fairfield or Loyola, much harder to establish. All MAC caliber, not enough evidence. So it's saying I'm in the conversation, but I think your physical profile was actually more favorable for D1 than statistics makes obvious. Yeah. Yeah, so if I had transferred into a MAC team, I sometimes think about this. What if I had transferred into applying for like Iona College? How would that have worked out? It gets interesting because every team is different. So every coach is different. And once you leave one team, you go to the second team, all of a sudden all the past like idiosyncrasies that are the team dynamics, they're all left in the past. And all you have now is just your skill level. So, and I keep seeing my mic peek out, but I'm hopefully that the limiter is working properly. I was only a freshman in 06, blah, blah, blah. If I had stayed consistent, yeah, I could play D1 in the MAC. All right, we figured that out. Let's look up some more players. So And it kind of makes it plausible, like, it's not out of pocket that I'm making Westchester SC at age 25 if I just dedicate myself. Let's look this guy up. But we had, yeah, Bobby Pierre. This guy's good. I feel like Bobby Pierre can make it to England. So he was an MLS Next Pro, Real Monarchs. Pierre made his professional debut for Real Monarchs 2 seasons in France with Strasbourg. So he played in Haiti U17 CONCACAF Championship and the 2019 World Cup. Yeah, so he's legit. You could tell. I wonder how fast he is. Noah Powder. I see this guy as well. Red Bulls Academy. Professional career kicked off in 2016. Real Monarchs. Trinidad and Tobago International. So these guys are legit. It's no joke. Let's look up McGlynn again. I think I enjoy the way McGlynn plays because he's got composure on the ball. He's pretty upright. He's reliable. So he did a 4-year career at Siena. 75 appearances, 7 goals. So he's like one of these midfield guys. Hartford Athletic in 2020, 3 seasons before joining Rhode Island FC. Interesting side note is that I saw him wearing flat turf shoes playing on turf. It's one decision to make. And then forwards. Burko, Miguel Diaz. Let's look up this guy. Westchester Flames PDL. Okay. Played at St. John's. 34 starts and 43 appearances. 25 total points. Big East honor roll. I don't know how good St. John's is these days. USL League One standings. Is this the season's like over, right? Or it's going on right now? That's one thing that US soccer definitely needs to fix is the season. I don't know when it starts and begins. I need like an update on my phone. So Westchester SC 6-10. Where's Cosmos? Cosmos are in last, 4-13. Damn. See, some of these names are familiar to me. Richmond Kickers is familiar somehow. Here's a question from Reddit. Is there an English league you could compare with USL? This answer is interesting here. Top 11 MLS teams fall within the Premier League rankings, which kind of makes sense. Because we've seen friendlies between like LA Galaxy and Everton, and it's pretty much competitive. Bottom 3 MLS teams fall within the EFL. Bottom 19 MLS teams and the top 7 USL Championship teams are in the Championship or EFL League One. Yeah, so we just saw Patrick Agyemang and Berhalter switch over from MLS to England to play in EFL League One, which is referred to as the Championship. I became familiarized with the Championship because I became a fan of Hull City when they got promoted to the Premier League back in 2015, I think, or 2016. So there's like so much overlap, which anyone who's spent a lot of time playing soccer knows that there's overlap, there's variance, and there's also like situational context. Like you might have been a bench player on this one team, and then all of a sudden you switch to another team and you become a starter and you're just putting up points. Like, how is it possible? Well, there's so many different variables at play for what's going to happen in your career. So a lot of times you can't control it. And then, as you keep progressing, you can get further and further. The thing that's messed up is that people around you will constantly say, like, nah, it's impossible. Or they'll say, no, you could never do it, But it's like, I don't know. You got to just continually back yourself and know what you can do. And then also have perfect performances whenever you get the opportunity. That's something I used to mess up a lot. I would just show up for a game not having done anything. No like preparation. So, or not enough preparation. But now is the time though. I wish I was a young person now, because the internet as a resource, training resource, is amazing. You can go online, you can find videos for workouts to how to really train yourself to become better. Back in the day, you had to rely on like YouTube didn't exist, so you had to put the pieces together yourself or have someone like pretty much guide you through the whole process. I'm someone where I need my hand held through the process of everything and like a structure for me to follow. And without that, it's just like too much shit going on in college, particularly, where it's like you got classes, social life, decisions to make on how you want your future to pan out. And then also you have to deal with all that. Then you have to figure out how to do gym workouts, exercise, fitness, everything. It's like, well, I'm doing this type of exercise, I got to do this. But you can go online now and you can just figure it out. Use of AI, following videos. Then you get into a landscape of semi-pro and pro soccer that's becoming more uniform, and there's more options. So it's like back in the day, it was like PDL is basically it, and then it's like, oh, you played in PDL, it's like you're done. Go get a job. Your career is over. But now it's like, if I could go back in time, because after with experience, you start figuring things out. So it's easy for me to say that, but also if I never had gotten the adult job and I had just played soccer, then I'd be saying the opposite, where it's like, oh, I should have just gotten a job. But once you get the job, you realize it's not all it's cracked up to be. And it's like, I should have just tried to play soccer longer. So there's a lot of that going on. This is another league too. UPSL, founded in 2011 in Los Angeles, includes 900 plus teams, has promotion relegation, US Open Cup. I feel like this is like taking a step in the right direction. I feel like right now at my age and my ability, and I'm starting to work out right now, it's like, can I make it to USL League One? No, I'm probably too old. Can I play in PDL? Well, if we look at this, in 2003, 39-year-old Jurgen Klinsmann played 8 games for the PDL squad, Orange County Blue Star, using a pseudonym, J. Gopingen. So, I don't know if you knew that, but so PDL, probably out of the question. Although I did notice the PDL roster spots, they can carry 5 to 8 players aged above 23. So, it's possible, but UPSL, I watched some of the quality. It's not that great. I feel like this is like the highest level I could possibly play at my age, which I'm not going to disclose. Brooklyn FC. I don't even know what I did play on some team. It was like Ludlow Cannonballs or something. Brooklyn Cannonballs. It's kind of funny though. It's like I didn't even give a shit, but I don't know where that. I think that was just men's league. I don't think it was part. It might have been part of this. I don't really know. But yeah, and people will say, well, just playing men's league or playing 40 over. But it's like, no, I don't want to do that. And the reason why is that when you play in men's league, you're playing against guys who don't know what they're doing. It's like going back to high school. So the guy's going to get into a challenge late and just destroy your legs and it's game over. It's like, nah, we ain't doing that. We want to play with people who know exactly what they're doing, like not to injure each other. So Westchester SC, the level's high, but it's not unattainable. I don't know how good the MAC conference is nowadays. All right, we've had about enough of this live stream.